I just got back from fishing, and now, of course, I want to get the maximum amount of silver for the fish I caught. So I was now about 10 minutes at a spot, and I did a bit of fishing with the telescopic rod. I've now farmed together 20 fish, and of course, I want to get the maximum silver for them. And we have, of course, two options to get silver. We have the cafe, and we have the fish market. And since we've already caught some fish, we'll, of course, go first with the caught fish to the cafe, because the prices in the cafe, or rather the cafe orders, give us significantly more silver for our caught fish. However, of course, we first have to catch those fish. And the fish I've just caught were gizzard shad, but also bluegill. In the overview, we can also see how long these cafe orders will still be available. The gizzard shad order here, for example, still runs for about 20 in-game hours. That means if we still want to go fishing for almost an hour, that fits quite well. One real-life hour equals 24 in-game hours. So that means before we've played through one full hour, we'll of course quickly check first whether we can complete that cafe order. So before we even start fishing again, we can already remember the most important fish we want to target so that we can then specifically complete these cafe orders. A huge advantage here at Elk Lake is that we usually catch the first fish right away. The warmouth is caught regularly. The white crappie also appears again and again. The American gizzard shad and the bluegill are also caught regularly. So these first four fish are often included in the cafe orders. It changes from time to time, but they appear there regularly. And the nice thing here at Elk Lake is that the duration of cafe orders isn't too long. That means if we now complete a cafe order, the timer disappears, but we can be fairly sure that within 1 to 2 hours, a new cafe order will appear here again. So there's enough time to fill up our net and try to catch the next fish for cafe orders. Now, in my net, I have quite a few bluegill, and I also have relatively large ones among them. And for the cafe order, the fish only need to weigh at least 50 grams, and my smallest bluegill weighs 86 grams. So these small ones, those with a slightly different coloration, I'd actually like to sell. However, I don't just need these, but for the cafe order also, 2 others that are well above the minimum weight. And for that, we'll get 13.62 silver, not bad at all. Now let's first check in the fish market whether it's worth it, because we still have 2 very large fish in there as well. So is it still worth it? On the side here, I can sort. First, I'll sort only by fish, then by weight, and now I'll select the first fish, hold the shift key, and select all up to the 6th fish. That would now be all 6 fish for the cafe order. At the fish market, they would only bring 3 silver 80. So we can already see a huge difference between the cafe order and the fish market. But we can also see here that fish, as soon as they have a check mark, already bring noticeably more silver. And theoretically, for the cafe order, we only need these very small fish that bring almost no silver at the fish market, but bring a lot of silver in the cafe. So if you still have a bit of time to fish for a cafe order, then just keep fishing a bit longer and then sell the undersized small fish in the cafe. You'll make a lot of silver that way. And these other fish here, the ones with the different coloring and that bring a lot more silver, we'll keep those either for a larger cafe order later, or we'll just sell them in the fish market. Or you can simply keep the fish in your net and sell them the next day, because that's also possible. If you know you won't be fishing anymore today, but you're sure you'll be fishing again tomorrow in Russian Fishing 4, then just keep the fish in your net. They can stay in your net for 24 hours before they rot. And when you log in the next day, of course, you'll first check the cafe to see whether you can still hand in more cafe orders. That way, you'll have the chance to see completely new cafe orders, and maybe you can sell even more fish for a higher price. So now I'll go to the cafe with my net and I'll select the fish here. By the way, you can also select the fish unsorted using the Control key. So with Control and left mouse click, I just click on the matching fish that should be sold. However, of course, you always have to watch the weights carefully. It's much easier if you sort directly by weight and then mark all from the top down to the sixth with Shift. That way, you've automatically selected 6 and can then sell them right here. Now we see the cafe order is completed. It still showed 86 in-game hours remaining. So, it'll take a while until a new cafe order appears here again. For the gizzard shad, I'm still missing 3 more fish. But again, we can see it's the very small fish that are requested, the undersized ones. And for those, we'd already get 11 silver. So you see, it's extremely worthwhile to complete cafe orders because they bring much more silver than selling the fish normally. And you can also see that there are always different categories in the cafe orders. The gizzard shad small version and the gizzard shad large version. Accordingly, the prices differ as well. But if you have a spot where you can catch many gizzard shad, then both of these orders are definitely worth it. Later in the game, if you maybe get premium, you'll also have the option on the side to select the different waters, and there you can immediately see which cafe orders are currently running. Pay attention with the cafe orders to what's realistic to catch. So, at the beginner waters, try to complete the cafe orders from the first row. In the lower row, especially in the last 3 positions, there are often fish that are particularly hard to catch, up to trophy fish, fish with trophy weight that can be handed in there. Such fish are extremely difficult to catch, and some haven't even been caught yet at the low-level waters. Of course, such offer prices are tempting. For example, the dace for 134 silver, but the chance that you catch a dace weighing over 300 grams is extremely rare. 250 grams is already trophy weight, and over 300 grams is super rare. So don't focus on such cafe orders. Don't try to complete them. Just be happy if you happen to, after maybe 2 hours of fishing, have a matching fish from the lower category, and you can then make really good silver with such a cafe order. Targeting such fish is extremely difficult at the start of the game. Even many players with well over 500 hours in the game can hardly catch such fish on purpose. So, just fish where you catch many fish, and then go straight to the cafe and try to hand in as many fish as possible for the cafe orders. If you then notice that for one or another order you're still missing 1 or 2 fish, then just fish for another hour and then go back to the cafe and hand in more cafe orders. And only when you don't want to fish anymore that day, or you also won't go fishing the next day, then sell your fish completely at the fish market. With this method, you'll get the most silver out of your caught fish, and you'll also be most time efficient, progressing the fastest in Russian Fishing 4. I hope this video helped you. Share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, that helps me a lot. And we'll see each other in the next video or in the next live stream. Until then, tight line.